Whenever you hear the name Robert Duvall, a handsome face exuding great pride in American cinema appears. Oh no, that was just him 5 decades ago. Although he often appears in front of media cameras, Robert Duvall still cannot help but surprise the audience with his current appearance. Navigating 8 decades of unwavering dedication to art, Duvall's life unfolds as a journey laden with obstacles. Today, you will see it with your own eyes in this video. Get ready and let's get started. Robert Duvall's life journey began on January 5, 1931, in San Diego, California. He was born to Mildred Virginia Duvall, an amateur actress, and Admiral William Howard Duvall, a highly ranked officer in the United States Navy. Duvall was the second of 3 sons, with an elder brother named William Jr., and a younger brother named John, who would later become an entertainment lawyer, but sadly passed away in 2000. His family history was intertwined with notable figures. His mother was a relative of American Civil War General Robert E. Lee, belonging to the prestigious Lee family of Virginia, while his father traced his lineage back to settler Marine Duvall. Despite this storied heritage, Duvall's upbringing was rooted in the Christian Science religion. Although he professed his belief, he didn't regularly attend church services. Growing up as a Navy brat, Duvall spent much of his early life in Annapolis, Maryland, the location of the United States Naval Academy, where his father had a distinguished career. Reflecting on his childhood, Duvall recalled his father's remarkable journey, starting at the academy at the age of 16, achieving the rank of captain at 39, and ultimately retiring as a rear admiral. His educational journey took him to Severn School in Severna Park, Maryland, and the Principia in St. Louis, Missouri. Despite the mobility inherent in a military family's life, Duvall managed to graduate with a Bachelor of Arts degree in drama from Principia College in Elsa, Illinois, in 1953. Robert Duvall's path diverged tragically from his father's expectations, as the elder Duvall had hoped his son would follow in his footsteps and attend the Naval Academy. However, young Duvall confessed, "I was terrible at everything but acting. I could barely get through school." Defying his father's wishes, he took an unexpected turn by enlisting in the United States Army after the Korean War, serving from August 19, 1953 to August 20, 1954, and leaving with the rank of Private First Class. The press, however, misinterpreted Duvall's military service, creating tales of heroic battles against the communists. In 1984, Duvall clarified, "Some stories have me shooting it out with the commies from a foxhole over in frozen Chosin, Pork Chop Hill stuff. Hell, I barely qualified with the M1 rifle in basic training." Despite the misconceptions, his time at Camp Gordon, now Fort Eisenhower in Georgia, had a significant impact. While stationed there, Duvall participated in an amateur production of the comedy Room Service in nearby Augusta, Georgia, giving a glimpse of his burgeoning passion for acting. In the winter of 1955, Duvall seized the opportunity to pursue his love for acting by attending the neighborhood Playhouse School of the Theater in New York City under the guidance of Sanford Meisner, thanks to the GI Bill. During his 2 years at the Playhouse, he found himself in the company of future acting legends, including Dustin Hoffman, Gene Hackman, and James Caan. Juggling his pursuit of the arts with practicalities, Duvall worked as a post office clerk in Manhattan. His enduring friendships with Hoffman and Hackman blossomed during these challenging years as struggling actors. In 1955, Duvall even shared an apartment in New York City with Hoffman. They navigated the hardships of aspiring actors together, working odd jobs such as clerking at Macy's, sorting mail at the post office, and even driving a truck. Tragically, Robert Duvall's early foray into the professional realm of acting was marked by a series of challenges and a persistent struggle to establish himself in the competitive world of theater. His professional acting career commenced at the Gateway Playhouse, an equity summer theater located in Bellport, Long Island, New York. In what could be considered his stage debut during the 1952 season, Duvall portrayed the pilote in Laughter in the Stars, an adaptation of The Little Prince at the Gateway Theatre. However, his fledgling career faced a significant interruption when he had to put his acting aspirations on hold during a year-long absence while serving in the U.S. Army from 1953 to 1954. Despite the hardships, Duvall returned to the Gateway Playhouse for its 1955 summer season, showcasing his versatility in a variety of roles. He took on characters such as Eddie Davis in Ronald Alexander's Time Out for Ginger, Hal Carter in William Inge's Picnic, Charles Wilder in John Willard's The Cat and the Canary, Paris in Arthur Miller's The Crucible, and John the Witchboy in William Burney and Howard Richardson's Dark of the Moon. The playbill for Dark of the Moon indicated that Duvall had previously portrayed the Witchboy, emphasizing his commitment to his craft. Gateway's 1956 season marked his third consecutive season with the Gateway Players, where he tackled roles including Max Halliday in Frederick Knott's Dial M for Murder, Virgil Blessing in Inga's Bus Stop, and Clive Mortimer in John Van Druten's I Am a Camera. Despite facing the trials of the industry, the playbills for the 1956 season recognized Duvall as an audience favorite. These early years were characterized by his persistence, determination, and unwavering commitment to honing his craft. Robert Duvall's tumultuous journey through the theater world continued in the 1957 season at the Gateway Playhouse, leaving an indelible mark on his career. During this period, he graced the stage as Mr. Maher in Agatha Christie's Witness for the Prosecution, Hector in Jean Anouilh's Thieves' Carnival, and perhaps most significantly, as Eddie Carbone in Arthur Miller's A View from the Bridge. Duvall himself referred to the role of Eddie Carbone as the catalyst of his career. Directed by Ulu Grossbard, a regular director at the Gateway Theater, Duvall's portrayal of Eddie Carbone caught the attention of none other than Arthur Miller. Miller attended one of Duvall's performances and, impressed by his talent, introduced him to influential figures. This fortuitous encounter propelled Duvall into the world of television, securing him a spectacular lead in the Naked City television series within 2 months. Despite these career breakthroughs, Duvall's path remained laden with challenges. While making waves at the Gateway Theater in the late 1950s, he also juggled commitments at other theaters, including the Augusta Civic Theater, the McLean Theater in Virginia, and the Arena Stage in Washington, D.C. The playbills of 1957 painted a portrait of Duvall as a seasoned performer, proudly declaring him a graduate of the neighborhood playhouse and a member of Sanford Meisner's professional workshop. His versatility was further highlighted by his collaborations with Alvin Epstein, a mime and member of Marcel Marceau's company. By July 1957, Duvall's theatrical credits were already noteworthy, featuring roles such as Jimmy in The Rainmaker and Harvey Weems in Horton Foote's The Midnight Caller. Despite these accomplishments, the struggle persisted, with Duvall navigating the complexities of the industry. As he received top billing at the Gateway Playhouse, the 1959 season saw him tackling lead roles in a diverse range of productions, including Stanley Kowalski in Tennessee Williams' A Streetcar Named Desire, Maxwell Archer in Once More with Feeling, Igor Romanoff in Peter Ustinov's Romanoff and Juliet, and Joe Mancuso in Kyle Crichton's The Happiest Millionaire. Robert Duvall's theatrical pursuits continued to be marked by a series of challenges and fleeting successes. At the Neighborhood Playhouse under the mentorship of Sanford Meisner, he secured roles that showcased his talent, including Tennessee Williams' Camino Real and the titular character Harvey Weems in Horton Foote's one-act play, The Midnight Caller. By mid-July 1957, The Midnight Caller had already become a part of Duvall's burgeoning performance credits, hinting at his early struggles and triumphs. His off-Broadway debut at the Gate Theater on June 25, 1958, as Frank Gardner in George Bernard Shaw's Mrs. Warren's Profession, was short-lived, closing just 3 days later after a mere 5 performances. Despite this setback, Duvall continued to carve his path in the off-Broadway scene, playing roles such as Doug in the premiere of Michael Shurtleff's Call Me by My Rightful Name on January 31st, 1961, and Bob Smith in the premiere of William Snyder's The Days and Nights of B.B. Fenstermaker from September 17, 1962 until June 9, 1963 at the Sheridan Square Playhouse. One of his most significant off-Broadway performances came in 1965 when he portrayed Eddie Carbone once again in Arthur Miller's A View from the Bridge at the Sheridan Square Playhouse. This role, directed by Ulu Grosbard and co-starring with Dustin Hoffman, earned Duvall an Obie Award. He considered it his Othello, underlining the depth and importance of this particular performance in his career. Venturing onto Broadway on February 2, 1966, Duvall made his debut as Harry Rote, Jr. in Frederick Knott's Wait Until Dark at the Ethel Barrymore Theater. The production subsequently played at the Shubert Theater and George Abbott Theater, closing on December 31, 1966, at the Music Box Theater. While this marked a significant step in his career, Duvall's Broadway endeavors were limited. He later returned to Broadway as Walter Cole in David Mamet's American Buffalo, which opened at the Ethel Barrymore Theater on February 16, 1977, and concluded at the Belasco Theater on June 11, 1977. Tragically, Robert Duvall's transition to television in the late 1950s and 1960s was marked by a series of guest appearances in a variety of genres, reflecting the industry's unpredictable and challenging nature. In 1959, he made his television debut on Armstrong Circle Theater in the episode The Jailbreak, signaling the beginning of a tumultuous relationship with the small screen. Throughout the 1960s, Duvall found himself regularly cast as a guest actor in a range of television shows, often delving into the realms of action, suspense, detective, or crime dramas. His roles during this period showcased his versatility and acting prowess. Despite the diversity of his roles and the recognition garnered for his television work, the transient nature of guest appearances added a layer of tragedy to Duvall's early television career. Each role represented a fleeting opportunity, a moment in the spotlight before moving on to the next set and script. The constant rotation through different series and genres showcased Duvall's adaptability, but also underscored the challenges of establishing a lasting presence in an ever-evolving television landscape. Tragically, Robert Duvall's entry into the world of cinema was marked by a mix of critical acclaim and a struggle to secure substantial roles. His film debut was nothing short of extraordinary, portraying the enigmatic Boo Radley in the critically acclaimed To Kill a Mockingbird, 1962. This opportunity came to him on the recommendation of screenwriter Horton Foote, with whom Duvall had crossed paths at the Neighborhood Playhouse during a 1957 production of Foote's play The Midnight Caller. Foote, recognizing Duvall's exceptional talent and unique ability to breathe life into common characters, became a pivotal figure in Duvall's early film career. This collaboration marked the beginning of a lasting professional relationship, and Foote went on to describe Duvall as our #1 actor. The tragic undertone emerged from the fact that, despite his undeniable skill and Foote's admiration, Duvall initially found himself navigating a landscape of mid-sized parts and smaller supporting roles in the 1960s. Post To Kill a Mockingbird, Duvall's cinematic journey during the 1960s was characterized by a series of noteworthy but often secondary roles. Notable appearances included playing Captain E. Paul Cabot Winston in Captain Newman, M.D., 1963, Chiz in Countdown, 1968, and Gordon in The Rain People. Even in a small part as a cab driver in the film Bullet, 1968, just before the iconic chase scene, Duvall left his mark. However, the tragic aspect lay in the fact that despite his undeniable talent, Duvall struggled to secure leading roles that would fully showcase his abilities. It wasn't until True Grit, 1969, that he had a larger supporting role, playing the notorious Lucky Ned Pepper. The climactic shootout with John Wayne's Rooster Cogburn on horseback showcased Duvall's prowess, but it also emphasized the uphill battle he faced in establishing himself as a leading figure in the competitive world of cinema during the 1960s. Robert Duvall's journey in American films during the 1970s and beyond was marked by a tragic beauty, a relentless pursuit of excellence, and a struggle for recognition and meaningful roles. His emergence as a significant presence in cinema began in 1970 with attention-grabbing performances, notably as the malevolent Major Frank Burns in MASH and the titular role in THX 1138, 1971, where he portrayed a fugitive attempting to escape a society controlled by robots. His breakthrough came with the role of Tom Hagen in The Godfather, 1972, and its sequel, The Godfather Part 2, 1974, earning him an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor. However, the tragic element lay in the fact that Duvall, despite his undeniable talent, often found himself in mid-sized or supporting roles during the 1960s. By the mid-1970s, he had become a top character actor, recognized by People magazine as Hollywood's #1, #2 lead. This position, while acknowledging his talent, hinted at the challenge of breaking into the upper echelons of leading roles. The pinnacle of Duvall's success in the 1970s came with his portrayal of Lt. Colonel Kilgore in Apocalypse Now, 1979, a performance that earned him an Oscar nomination, as well as a BAFTA Award and Golden Globe Award. His iconic line, "I love the smell of napalm in the morning," remains etched in cinema history. Despite such accolades, the tragic aspect lay in the unpredictability of the industry and the elusive pursuit of leading roles. Duvall's ability to fully inhabit his characters was evident in his portrayal of the detestable Frank Hackett in Network, 1976, and the hard-boiled Marine Lant Cole. Bull Meacham in The Great Santini, 1979, for which he received an Oscar nomination for Best Actor. His transformative power was evident in Tender Mercies, 1983, where he won an Oscar for Best Actor as country western singer Max Sledge, insisting on doing his own singing to fully immerse himself in the character. Yet, the tragedy of Duvall's journey was mirrored in his tumultuous relationships with directors, as seen in his clashes with Bruce Beresford during the filming of Tender Mercies. Despite the challenges, Duvall's ability to inhabit characters to an uncanny degree earned him praise from colleagues. The conflicts on set underscored the intensity of his commitment to his craft and his unwavering desire for authenticity. In the late 1980s, Duvall continued his cinematic journey with roles such as disillusioned sports writer Max Mercy in The Natural, 1984, and Los Angeles police officer Bob Hodges in Colors, 1988. His portrayal of Captain Augustus, Gus McCrae, in the miniseries Lonesome Dove, 1989, stood out as a personal favorite, earning him a Golden Globe Award and an Emmy nomination. The later years of Robert Duvall's career were tragically marked by a complex interplay of artistic triumphs, financial negotiations, and a persistent struggle for recognition in the ever-evolving landscape of Hollywood. Despite his undeniable talent, Duvall faced challenges that reflected the harsh realities of the industry. In 1990, for The Godfather Part 3, Duvall took a stand, refusing to reprise his iconic role as Tom Hagen unless he received a salary comparable to Al Pacino's. His demand was rooted in a desire for fair compensation, a sentiment he expressed in a 2004 interview on 60 Minutes, stating, "If they paid Pacino twice what they paid me, that's fine, but not 3 or 4 times, which is what they did." This poignant moment in his career highlighted the financial disparities and negotiating struggles that even seasoned actors like Duvall faced, underscoring the harsh realities of compensation in the film industry. In 1992, Duvall founded the production company Butcher's Run Films, showcasing his entrepreneurial spirit and commitment to fostering unique storytelling. Despite these endeavors, his journey continued to be marked by the ebb and flow of roles. Duvall maintained a prolific film career, sometimes appearing in as many as 4 films in a single year. His performances continued to be noteworthy, earning him Oscar nominations for his portrayals of evangelical preacher Ulysses "Sonny" Dewey in The Apostle, 1997, and lawyer Jerome Facher in A Civil Action, 1998. Duvall's directorial venture, Assassination Tango, 2002, offered a glimpse into one of his favorite hobbies, the tango. However, behind the scenes, challenges persisted, and conflicts with directors, as seen in the case of Bruce Beresford during the filming of Tender Mercies, were indicative of the intense commitment and occasional clashes that characterized Duvall's artistic pursuits. Recognition for his contributions came in the form of a National Medal of Arts awarded by President George W. Bush in 2005. However, the challenges persisted. In 2014, at age 84, Duvall starred in The Judge, earning critical acclaim but also revealing the harsh realities of the industry. While the film received mixed reviews, Duvall's performance stood out, leading to Golden Globe, Screen Actors Guild, and Academy Award nominations for his supporting role. His nomination at 84 made him the oldest actor ever nominated for the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor, a testament to both his enduring talent and the challenges faced by older actors in the industry. In 2018, Duvall continued to showcase his talent in the heist thriller Widows, directed by Steve McQueen, earning critical acclaim. Robert Duvall's personal life is marked by a tragic narrative of love, marriage, and the absence of children, creating a poignant backdrop to his illustrious career. The 4 marriages he embarked upon were characterized by both connection and eventual separation, emphasizing the complex interplay of personal relationships. His first marriage was to Barbara Benjamin, a former announcer and dancer on The Jackie Gleason Show, whom he met during the filming of To Kill a Mockingbird. The tragic element arose from the eventual dissolution of their union after 11 years, from 1964 to 1975. Despite their shared history, Duvall and Benjamin parted ways, with Barbara bringing 2 daughters from her previous marriage into the relationship. The second chapter in Duvall's marital story unfolded with Gail Youngs, a union that lasted from 1982 to 1986. This period was marked by a transient connection, making Duvall, albeit briefly, the brother-in-law of John Savage, Robin Young, and Jim Youngs through his marriage to Gail. His third marriage, to dancer Sharon Brophy, spanned from 1991 to 1995, showcasing another chapter of romantic endeavor that ultimately faced its own set of challenges. In 2005, Duvall entered into his 4th marriage with Luciana Pedraza, granddaughter of Argentine aviation pioneer Susana Ferrari Billinghurst. The tragic undertone was evident in Duvall's comment in 2007, where he humorously remarked, "I guess I'm shooting blanks," acknowledging the absence of children in his life despite efforts with various partners in and out of marriage. Duvall's unique connection with Luciana Pedraza added a layer of complexity to his personal narrative. Despite the significant age difference of 41 years, they found common ground, meeting in Argentina under serendipitous circumstances. Their shared birthday on January 5th became a quirky yet touching detail in their relationship. The fact that they have been together since 1997 highlights a lasting bond, but the absence of children in Duvall's life remains a poignantheme. The couple collaborated professionally, with Duvall producing, directing, and acting alongside Pedraza in Assassination Tango, a project that unfolded against the backdrop of Buenos Aires, emphasizing their shared passion for Argentine tango. Duvall's expertise in tango, with studios in Argentina and the United States, added a touch of artistic and personal resonance to their relationship. Beyond the realms of love and art, Duvall's personal life also delved into physical pursuits, including training in Brazilian jiu-jitsu and practicing martial arts with his wife. These shared activities not only reflected their bond, but also added a dimension of vitality to Duvall's later years. What do you think about Robert Duvall's life? Leave us your comments in the section below. We hope you have found this helpful video. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you like it. Thank you for watching this and see you in the next videos. Goodbye.